Hi, everyone. I'm Candace Porter. I'm the founder and managing director of Effective Flow Connections. And today we have Bree Howell with us. We work with Bree a lot as a partner. She is through and through an expert in Agile. Many of you may know that Project Management Institute is leaning into Agile a bit more. And the new Project Management Professional Certification Test, starting in January 2021, is actually going to be made up of 50% Agile and hybrid and 50% more on the waterfall or predictive project management. So for those of you that aren't as familiar with Agile and with technology that supports Agile, such as Jira, that's what we're going to look at today.
Before we dive right into the technology, I want to provide a high-level overview on Agile. Agile project management is an iterative approach to managing projects that focuses on continuous releases and incorporating customer feedback with every iteration. Agile is popular in software development and is best when paired with projects that have ambiguity or unknown requirements. Scrum is a very well-known form of Agile project management. Now let's talk about terminology. Epics are large bodies of work that can be broken down into a number of smaller tasks called user stories. A user story is a short, simple description of a feature told from the perspective of the end user who desires the new capability or functionality. So let's take a look here. We've got a visual that shows a theme at the top, 3 different epics, and then user stories and tasks below that. Let's say, for example, that our theme here is creating a grocery store app. The first epic may focus on in-store shopping. Maybe the second epic focuses on online ordering. A user story now for the in-store shopping may be find items quickly in the store. For the online app, maybe it is order online in a simple and effective way. Now, the task that would be associated with that may be an easy search function with an aisle number when using that in-store shopping portion of the app. For the online ordering, maybe a task would be save frequently purchased items. So that is something that is going to help support the user story that is associated with the epic that makes up that total theme of creating a grocery store app. The product backlog sets the priorities for the Agile program. The team includes all work items in the backlog, which could be new features, bugs, enhancements, technical tasks, etc. The sprint backlog then is the work that the team will complete during a specific amount of time. Remember, Agile project management focuses on iterative and incremental delivery. Usually you'll see sprints are 2 to 4 weeks in duration. And I want to share just a visual for those of you that are visual learners. You will see to the far left here, this product backlog. Again, that includes all work associated with what the team is trying to accomplish. Then the sprint backlog pulls a portion of that work to complete during a sprint. Again, sprints generally 2 to 4 weeks in duration, and the project team is working on completing all of that work that has been identified in the sprint backlog. Once that sprint is successfully delivered, then an increment is delivered as far as whatever you're trying to accomplish with the product. While Agile project management is quite common in software development, that is not the only type of project that it is used on. Again, if there's any gray area, there's any unknowns, ambiguity, those are great projects to approach with Agile project management. We are now going to take a look at Jira. Jira is a tool to support Agile project management. So a few more pieces of terminology that you may hear. In Jira, teams use issues to track individual pieces of work that must be completed. An issue may represent a project task, a help desk ticket, a leave request form, or etc., depending on how your team uses it. A roadmap outlines how a product or solution develops over time. So when we're talking about a roadmap, outlines how a product or solution develops over time.
Bree is a certified Scrum Master and a certified product owner. So we are very lucky to have her with us today. Hello, Bree.
Hi, Candace. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we are going to do a little bit of an intro into Jira and excited to be here to kind of show you guys just the basics and a way to get started with the fundamentals. Jira is definitely the industry leader and it's one of the most well-known. And I think it's one of the more user-friendly ones to just pick up and start using because it's really easy to find things, right? You're not clicking 5 times to get to the page or you can't get back to it. So it's really simple to use. It also has a lot of complementary tools and third-party add-ons. So there's options for people to use those to hook in and get a bit of additional functionality there. For those of you who haven't been in Jira yet, when you first log in, and you can create a free account, so you don't need to have a license or anything like that, you can go out and check it out on your own for free. And when you first come in, you'll come up to your projects board. And I went ahead and added just a little demo board for us today. And this is just in the classic view. It's the one that most of you will be familiar with. And the first thing I want to show you guys is just the backlog of work. So when you're working in Agile and you're working on your backlog, you'll just want to come to that board and you can add any stories in here. So a lot of us call them user stories, and in the software, they're usually called an issue. So you'll just hit new issue, and then you can go ahead and type in anything that makes sense. Once it's saved, if you want, you can open it up and you can attach files, add further descriptions, change your story point values. Link anything that you need to. So if you want to link it to any other issues, pages, anything that's already in Jira, you can go ahead and do that. Any labeling, tags, things like that, it's all right here for you. And if you're using a priority, you can go ahead and adjust those as well. So we'll make this a low one. And you can see here, we have 4 issues in our backlog. They are not assigned to any sprint. If you look up here to the top, we have a demo sprint. We've pre-assigned a few issues. Now we are mid-sprint, but if we wanted to, and let's say we needed to pull this in or we were doing sprint planning, we can click and drag this and move it right into the sprint. If you just want to see the sprint board, you can come up to active sprints over here on the left side. And you'll see those couple of tasks that we had on the backlog page. They're the only ones showing because it's our current active sprint only. And we have our 3 boards here. So our to-do, our in progress, and our done. And so anything finished, you can see I've already moved here, marked off, crossed off, it's finished. In progress, right here in the middle. And if we wanted to move that, we could just click, drag it over, and that's now done. Same thing with our to-do. If we have anything, if we're doing our daily stand-up and we are meeting and we want to say, yep, I've started this, it's now in progress, I'm just going to move that over. So it's really easy as you go through just to progress in your sprint and see where everything is at, what's started, what's not started, and anything that's left to finish. So it creates that nice, really user-friendly look there for you. One other item that's been recently added is the roadmaps. For those of you who might use Microsoft Project or Excel to do something like this will look very similar, but you can come in and you can just create your epics here. Just tell it what needs to be done. And it'll automatically start a timeline from today, which you can change. So you can just click and drag this, and you can adjust to the actual dates that you want to start and finish each epic by. So you can get a good view here of how your epics are overlapping, what kind of resources you need from a work perspective, and whether or not things are looking like they're doable within each time frame. So just to go back for you guys, and you can go back anytime to your backlog. So that'll have everything in it. Your active sprints will be your current sprint items only. And then if you decide to use a roadmap feature, that'll be your epics, your higher level items that you want to complete. And you can put those right in a timeline and kind of help think through your planning and your prioritization for that backlog. Every software that you use will look very similar to that, and they're all pretty customizable in that same manner. And a lot use the same terminology of issue, backlog, some form of road mapping.
Thank you so much, Bree, for walking us through the Jira tutorial. We greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
I hope you enjoyed this content. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You can find it by clicking on the link above or searching Candace Porter. We have a lot more great topics coming your way soon.